Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 142 for the first show of 2019.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. Happy New Year to
Yay.
all.
Yay.
Yay. That's
Shaking hats.
shaking hats. What?
Woo! I don't have any, like...
Air,
Well,
Kelso's air
no,
horn?
we'll talk about that later.
No, right
No,
now.
No, we're talking about...
Right
Kelso's air horn.
Oh.
right now. Okay. Just so we're not like gonna wait on this, but holy cow, does a DJ need to learn how many air horns to use, period. Like in their set.
Okay.
When we went to the gala for New Year's Eve, the DJ would not stop with the
You can't just do it to do it.
He started doing it as
Like every song.
like every song.
Use it as a crutch.
He used it
No,
as
it was-
a platform.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, that's that. That was a downfall to the gala, which we'll get into more later on, but I have a little bit of an opener here.
Go for it.
So there's a little bit of an outcry happening with Fallout 76, and I've realized something.
Is this your opener?
It's going to be with Fallout 76.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Have you heard much about this?
Just that it stank.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they tried to do something new, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, right, exactly. But it's not just the game itself, but the special edition that came out, which was the Power, what's it called? Power Armor Edition, which is $200.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in all of this, in the Power Armor Edition, you get a bag that was supposed to be like an actual canvas bag, but instead they got a nylon bag in this kit.
Right.
That's a big thing that people were complaining about, which special edition stuff, you can
It's just
hit or miss with that kind of stuff.
it is, and most of it's just stupid and it's overpriced. And
Most-
sometimes you
yeah.
don't even get the game.
Right, exactly. Wasn't that one for
I don't remember
there
which
was
game.
a special edition thing that didn't even come with the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, so the game itself is glitchy, has glitchy performance, it's game breaking glitching. Like it's really bad. Really, really bad. And you get limited gameplay with this online only game. MMO is what Fallout 76 is. But I've realized something. I've only purchased one limited edition at launch.
Yep.
One limited edition game.
I know
ever.
what it is.
Yeah. And that's Halo 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which I got the Reclaimer Steelbook edition,
Mm-hmm.
and that came with so much. It came with DLC. It came with in-game stuff for your character. It came with stuff for your avatar. It came with Forward Unto Dawn movie. You own that digitally through this.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch it anytime through the Halo. What is it called? The Halo
Waypoint.
Waypoint. Yep. And there was a whole bunch more with that, and I've realized, is there any game that you've purchased special edition?
Just
Oh,
if you count the consoles.
I was going to say, I was like, he's got a lot.
Did you get actual special edition games, though, with that?
No, I don't
'Cause-
think so.
When you got the consoles, you got the core game.
I bought the Steelbook Halo 2 on original Xbox.
Was there DLC ever in?
No, but there was an extra disc. It was a DVD of a bunch
the
of
making
special features of
it.
and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so you bought that launch?
I didn't buy it launch, but I bought it new
Oh.
because there were still new copies of it.
Okay.
Because I hadn't played Halo yet when Halo 4 or Halo 2 came out.
Didn't you buy like special edition Gears of War 3 or something? I
No,
could have
Gears of War 3 had the console,
Oh,
so I got that.
really
Yeah, I really don't remember if I bought any
special edition
special
ever?
edition, just the game.
Well, I'll tell you one that I bought used, and it was very lucky. It was the Gears of War triple pack that I got. It was Gears of War 1, 2, and all the DLC. That's what it was
Okay.
called, the triple pack.
Mm-hmm.
And it was used at GameStop for like $15, and it came with all the codes to
Yeah,
download.
usually they don't have the codes when you
Right.
buy used.
Yeah,
That's
it was
cool.
very lucky. I think I'm going to guess that they got it not knowing that it had to be a downloaded thing,
Sure.
which can happen. But yeah, so it's 2019, and people are still crying over video games that are just coming out too early. They're claiming that Fallout 76 came out too early, and it's mainly because they were trying to go up against what's the game that just came out? Just Cause 4. I think that's what it was.
It didn't need to compete with Just Cause 4. Just Cause 4 isn't going to take...
Or maybe just the holiday season is what they were trying.
It could be a Fallout maybe better, in a year, you know, when it's had patches and stuff. Who knows?
Isn't the Division 2 coming out this holiday or this quarter 1 or quarter 2?
I don't know.
You don't know? I thought it was coming out this winter. But anyways, let's move on from there. What do you want to move on to for the first...
Why don't we acknowledge YouTube real quick?
We're on YouTube. We are live. Hello. Thank you for joining us, those who have. We are taking topics along with our podcast, and you guys can comment on there. And if it's something that's can be chimed in with, we might give you a shout-out, so make sure that you stay tuned.
Talk about the gala.
Yes, and there's one thing that goes along with the gala that we've got a comment on YouTube already.
Okay, go ahead.
Did Alex win the bet and get 500 followers before midnight?
No, she did not.
Actually,
hold
on.
Bet?
Let me
okay,
check my Twitter. Let me check my Twitter.
You're gonna have to go to Alex's Twitter if you're watching.
No, actually, I'm at 495.
At @cute_kitty.
Yes.
KUTEKITTI.
No, I did not. I did gain, I think, 3 followers after that post. They had me do a I took a selfie in my dress.
If you haven't noticed, Alex, her chest was...
Yeah, I know
It's kind of rocking it.
A little bit.
It's kind of rocking it, not on purpose.
No,
either.
not on purpose.
Her dress just came formed them like that, and she was... There's a video of me playing with... This kind of sounds dirty. I was playing with them while we were taking photos because I don't know how to put all this, but there's a photo of Alex on her Twitter that shows an awful lot of cleavage, but not on purpose. She was just taking photos. Just having... What are you showing him?
The quick video.
Are you going to put that on your Twitter?
I don't know.
Why not? It's fine. It's fine.
Because you're like...
I'm not... I think it's funny.
It is.
I should be embarrassed.
Anyway,
but
so what you put, if you get so many likes, then what?
I was like, Alex is gonna start the
So
2019 with 500 followers.
Yeah.
And she got 3.
And what happened if you did though?
Well,
it was just a funny.
Just to see if
it
it happened.
Like,
it was a spur of the moment. Like I took a selfie and I showed Josh, and he's like, "You should post that on Twitter." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because."
just to see if you can get
he's like, "You'll get all the followers." I'm like, I don't like showing myself off like that.
No, she doesn't like doing that.
No,
she's a very professional person.
Yes, I don't like
Was
doing
that the dress thing you were talking about?
No.
Oh.
No, that's a story.
We'll talk about the gala, and I have something to say.
Yeah.
I realized that I had no intentions of going to this at all, and I think I figured out why. And I think my subconscious knew before I did.
Okay.
This was like prom for adults.
Yeah, I've been saying that.
That's why I didn't want to go, I think.
Because prom sucks.
Because I hated prom, and I've carried it all these years.
The thing is that our friend Joe went with us.
Yes, you did.
So
yeah, he was wearing a hat.
Yeah, he took it off.
Yeah, he took it off.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't in the pictures that I saw. Because
okay,
he wasn't in very much.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, the photographer there, I'm going to give them a 4.5 out of 10. They were terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Anyways,
terrible lighting.
Joe went with us, so we're sitting
camera.
down, and I was like, Josh is like, yeah, this is fun. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of like prom. And Joe's like, well, I never went to prom. I'm like, you want to know what prom's like? He's like, yeah. So we're sitting at a table with a white cloth and like all this stuff. I'm like, music going, stuff's decorated. I'm like, this is it. Like,
it's pretty much prom.
Like, this is prom, except prom was in this same building, except we were in the basement, and it was May, and the air conditioning wasn't working, and it was hot.
So before you get into details, was it worth it?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I was worried that you went to all this hoopla and
the only thing that I would change is the music selection.
Oh,
they
definitely.
played like I could out of like 8 to what we leave at like 12:30, 12:45.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so from that time to that time, I can count on one hand, maybe about 1.5 hands how many songs I knew.
Wow.
Yep. And there was really the people. It was a 21 and older event, and I would say the average age was our age.
Okay.
Yeah.
The average age. So there wasn't a lot of young people. It was either our age or much older people.
Was there like a bar?
Yeah.
So the VIP section, which is what we were in, had our own bar.
Okay.
We had our own bar, our own hors d'oeuvre trays.
We had food.
Finger food and stuff.
A lot of food.
We got a champagne toast.
That was good too.
So that was stuff that you paid for extra.
Would you do it again?
I think I would. I think I would make this. I would, if the music was better, then I would definitely go. That's the only thing that kind of, we'd be out on the dance floor more if there was music that we knew.
Yep, we were out there for the music we knew.
It was a lot of new hip hop, and it didn't sound bad. It had great beats, but it was like it's so much easier to dance to music and have fun to music that you know.
Right.
You would say you think you kind of view the crowd you're DJing for, and
that's the thing
pick
though.
Music that they would
every time they played like Usher or something like 2000-y, like half the people that were there were on the dance floor dancing, and then all of a sudden he'd switch it to like 2018 something we don't know what it is, and people go sit down.
Right.
We're like, we don't know this stuff. And then he would switch it back, and we're like, all right, let's get back up and let's do this again. And
did he take requests?
We didn't.
I don't know.
I wasn't talkative.
I didn't see a lot of people go up there. There was a lot of people at the end of the night that were drunk. I got on stage and started dancing.
Yeah.
There was a white guy dance off to like
Tricky.
No,
it's tricky.
Was it tricky?
Yeah, I think so.
My sister has it on video, but there was like this really, like, I don't want to say really old guy, but probably a guy in his 50s, I'd say. And you could tell this guy was older, and then very white. And then we got this guy that's probably like a little bit younger than us, you think?
Yeah.
And
mid-20s.
Like, and I think it's the older guy was dancing on his own on this side, and then the younger guy was dancing on this side, and then the floor kind of opened up, and they kind of came together, and they're like, then they started like going up against each other. It started a battle, and then everybody got around, and they were doing
dance
the
off.
50-year-old killed it.
He did.
Like, when there's videos somewhere of this guy, and all of a sudden the DJ's like, oh my gosh, is this a white guy dance off?
It was fun.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Everybody was around there taking videos and whatnot, but he was killing it.
Yeah.
Then of course all the younger people got in there and tried to steal the show and whatnot, and messed it up.
Yeah, messed it up, right?
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
The countdown was a countdown.
It was fine.
They let confetti
Champagne was fine.
blow up and whatnot.
Yeah.
This was the first time I actually enjoyed the champagne. I actually finished my champagne.
It was good.
It was good. Like, we went to Flashbacks all those years, and it tastes like piss.
Well, you remember Greg's skunk champagne?
Oh my God! I think we talk about this every year.
Gas station champagne.
Every year.
Poison.
Oh,
that's what they were dancing
that's what it was.
to. Thank you, Paige.
Yeah, that girl is poison.
Yes,
yeah.
That's what they were dancing to.
Yeah.
But there was one point, I forgot to say this. There was one point where the younger guy got in the older guy's face, and the older guy did this like dance move and like shoved his face out of the way, like almost like a bitch, get out of my way, and started doing this like other move, and we're like, whoa! I'm like, all right, he won.
Yep.
It was so cool.
But anyways, it was fun. It was good gala.
I don't like that they didn't like really enforce the dress code.
No,
the majority of people wore black tie attire, like nice gowns and tuxes or a suit.
Yeah.
But there was like a handful of like young people that were there, like early 20s. They were wearing like jeans and a sparkly top, and I was like, this is a black tie event. And then there were guys that were wearing like jeans and tennis shoes with like a suit jacket, and I was like, guys, this is a black tie event. Then they made it decorated like a black tie event, like nice white tablecloths with all the like champagne glasses and whatnot, and decor everywhere. Like, it was a nice event. Like, it was like, oh great, we're not gonna be surrounded by a whole bunch of young people. So and I would the drinks were a little pricey.
They were. Yeah, it was about $9 for my drink, and Alex's is about $7.
6 or 7, depending on what you got.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So we had 3 drinks each, and
what time did you get there?
We got there at about 8:30. 8:30. Yeah.
What time did you leave?
About 12:45.
Okay.
But they were closing stuff down at midnight. Like. Oh. Yeah.
Well, it was
they
like
were done at 1.
I think
so you weren't meant to stick around then.
No.
No, but did you see at the end, like, people were trying to leave at, like, 12:30, 12:45, and the DJ's like, come on, guys, stay on the dance floor. I'm like, you guys close at 1. There's no... I'm like, we said we celebrated the New Year, and a lot of people left, and then they're like, all right, we're going to go to this place, because we've got 3 more hours until bars close. And Josh and I were like, we're going to go home.
Did you go home then?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason to stay out longer. But it was a fun night. It was a good time. Went on the dance floor and yeah, that was that.
We've got a really funny comment on YouTube
what's up?
About the black tie event.
What's up?
Younger people don't usually get what black tie means anymore, I bet. Maybe it's just because they can't read cursive.
Oh, yeah.
It's harsh.
Black tie events are
But
usually
true.
very fancy and stuff like that.
Oh, cursive's fancy.
Yeah, they don't even teach it anymore. I can't believe that.
No, I think they've brought some of it back, like
Yeah.
depending on where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you do for New Year's?
So I didn't do anything. I had to work on New Year's Day at 6:30 a.m. So I went to bed at 11:30. And maybe it's because I don't go out.
Yeah.
But fireworks at midnight. I've never had that on New Year's before.
Fireworks. Well, we're usually out, so we don't even know.
I say it's like, yeah, I don't think we've ever heard fireworks.
Well, we're usually in very loud clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. Maybe
Yeah.
it's always been a thing.
Yeah, maybe.
But so New Year's Day, I get up and go to work, and I leave at 6 o'clock, and I'm headed towards. So I'm headed driving down the road to work, and I go to Maple Crest, and then jump on 469, which if you're not local doesn't mean anything, but
Local highway.
I come up to the 3-way stop there at Evard,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Reed
Yeah,
turns into
yeah.
Evard,
Mm-hmm.
and I see a car coming off to the left, and it's a 3-way stop. So I was going to start to go, well, he doesn't slow down,
Oh.
and he runs the stop sign.
Great.
I'm like, oh, what the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah.
So I get going then. I'm like, maybe he didn't know it was a 3-way stop, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but ahead of me then, he's driving on the wrong side of the road.
Oh no.
I'm like, what is this guy
Drunk
doing?
driver.
And I'm like, and it went long. It went to where, eventually you'd figure out you're on the wrong side of the road, even if you don't know
Yeah.
where you are.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't. He continued to drive on the wrong side of the road. I'm like, oh, this guy's got to be drunk. So I'm like, what? Shoot, do I call the cops?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, so I waited a minute, see, well, maybe he'll get over. And he didn't get over. And then there was a car coming.
Oh, shit. Wow.
So, and we're not going fast,
No.
Yeah.
35
He's not
is
speeding.
the speed around there.
And the car keeps getting closer and closer, and he stops, and the car stops, and the other car's honking. So then I get on the phone and I call the cops.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm following this guy. He's got to be drunk. He's been driving on the wrong side of the road. He darn near hit an oncoming car. He's got his flasher. He turned his hazards on after he
Realize.
like he sat there in front of this car like he didn't know what he was doing.
Oh God.
So
Oh my
then he
God.
gets onto the right side, and the operator's like, all right, where are you? And I told him, what kind of car, what color.
Dude, this is the same street
Same
you had.
freaking street you had the
you
guy
had
who
that-
was honking at you.
the guy-
Yes,
Yes,
yes, it
this
is.
is the
Oh
same
my
freaking
God.
street.
So yeah, it was the
You
exact
just
same
stop
stretch of
going
roads.
there.
So he gets on the right side of the road, and I keep going, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna catch up to him because at this point, I gotta follow him.
Yeah.
You know?
You're responsible.
So
kind
he
of.
comes up, he takes the curve, and he pulls up to the red light at Maple Crest.
Yeah.
Well, I get up right behind him, like, all right, I got his license plate. He's like, okay, tell me the license plate, and I tell him, and he starts to go, and he was in the left turn lane,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he goes straight,
Oh my God.
and I'm like, okay, well maybe he lives because that's a housing addition when,
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
when you cross this intersection. So he gets going. I'm like, oh, okay, well he's going now, and he speeds up to probably around 20, and he crashes into the median.
I know where.
I know
sign,
exactly what you're
'cause
talking
you
about.
saw it,
It's
right?
Yes.
No, I didn't see it.
You
No,
should
but
go
I know
look
what
at it.
you're
Did you get a
talking
photo
about.
of it?
I didn't because I was a little worried. But anyway, let me finish. So
Oh my God, he hit that?
I was on with the guy, and I'm like, oh my God, he just hit the median. And he's like, I'm like, what do I do? Do I call? I called just Fort Wayne Police Department's
Yeah.
number. I'm like, do I call 911? He's like, well, you got him. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, I'm gonna get out and see if he's all right. So
Gosh.
I pull over, turn on my flashers. There's no traffic.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's quiet.
There
Should be.
There is. There's So I get out, and I kind of get up to the window, and I can see him moving, but all of his airbags deployed,
Oh my God.
which meant the side curtains as well as the front.
Yeah.
So I can't see in the car.
Holy cow.
But his back window is cracked probably 3 inches. So I'm like, I got 911. Just don't move. And so I'm still on with the operator, and he's like, is there any smoke? I'm like, no, there's no smoke. Do you see any liquids? I'm like, well, he's up in this, in this gravel, but I don't smell any gas, if that's what you're asking. He's like, okay. It's like, well, I got an officer real close,
Holy
but
cow.
so I'm gonna let you go. He'll be there in just a minute. If I need you, I'll call you back. I said, okay.
They had you get off the phone?
Yeah.
That's
They
kind of
usually
weird,
never
especially in
do.
an accident. Yeah,
Well,
that's weird.
I basically acknowledged that it wasn't life or death that
You're
we
in
could tell.
control of the
Okay.
situation.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah,
All
and he
right.
was off the road. There was only
Okay.
one car involved, and
Yeah.
the officer was close.
Wow.
So the cop gets there, and actually before I let him go, he was talking to somebody on the speakerphone in his car. So I don't
Oh
know
my
if he had
God.
OnStar that
Yeah, yeah.
detected the collision or if he called somebody through his own phone. So right as the cop's getting there, the driver puts down the window and lifts up the airbag, and
airbag?
he sticks his head out. He's like, oh, the cops are here. And at this point, another
Oh my God.
motorist had pulled over, like, as just to be there in case I needed something. She's
Oh
like,
my
did you see it happen? I'm like, oh yeah, I saw it happen. He just had no idea where he was. So the cop gets there,
Did
and
you
the
smell
cop has this
alcohol?
look. I couldn't, but I didn't get close to the guy.
Okay.
The cop looks, and he has this look on his face like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Kinda
they
thing.
normally do.
So he opens the door. Kid gets out. Fine. Walks to the back of the cop car. And cop puts him in. And he comes
Why did
back.
you put him in? Did they even do a breathalyzer
Oh,
or
it's-
anything?
No, I mean,
That's the thing. He said, yeah, I'm drunk.
oh my God.
He flat out admitted
Wow.
it.
You might as well.
Which I did when I got pulled over
Oh
for
my
DUI.
God.
There's no point in denying it at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
So
God,
he puts him in the
dumbass.
back of the car. He comes back to me. He's like, all right, what'd you see? So I told him the whole story. He's like, all right, well, we're going to charge him with DUI. And I'm going to put you down as a witness. So if it goes to court, you might be called, but it's not going to go to court. I said, okay.
Wow.
And I left.
Wow.
But the
My
sign
God,
that he
Brett.
hits, it's a housing edition sign. So it's this tiny little sign in between these two, like 4x4 concrete.
I know
and
what you're
brick
talking
things.
about.
And he just annihilated the
Oh my
person.
God.
That's not the first
That's
person
not the
to
first
do that
time
either.
to do that. We've seen that same
Oh,
thing be hit just like
It
that.
was-
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
It was wild. A wild way to start the very first day of the year for
Oh my
me.
God.
And for him too, I'm
You
sure.
kept it pretty quiet. You didn't even
Yeah.
mention it on group chat or
Well,
anything.
I thought it would be a good story.
That was
All right.
yeah,
well,
very
good
That
job
would've surprised
being
ya.
a.
Responsible citizen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it.
I mean,
I
don't know if that guy would have hurt anybody
Well,
after
I mean,
that.
it's good that Brett followed him to make sure, hey, this guy's not going to keep going or keep
It's
moving
not like he
his
was out going. You
vehicle
weren't going
or-
out of your way either.
No, it was totally on the route that I had chosen, but
Yeah.
it just looked like he had no idea where he was. Like
Oh my
the
God.
entire
Wait,
time
what time
that
was
I
this?
followed it. 6 in the
6
6 in the morning.
Oh my God.
That's
He
when
might-
you're leaving
he
the
probably like
parties.
left a party.
Oh,
or,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wanted to get
So,
home and didn't want to
kids.
sleep where he was.
Yeah.
Did he look really young?
Yeah, he was probably early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, hopefully that'll teach him.
I've only ever followed. Me and cousin Andrew actually followed someone we thought was super drunk, but I think they pulled off or parked before we could get an officer on the line. So
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I'll tell you another way to start the year is the Mean Gene Okerlund passed.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
76. 70. He looked a lot older.
I know. I mean, I actually thought that he was older, and
I
I was
thought
like,
he
wow,
was
he's
too.
only 76.
Yeah. So just another bad way to start the year is one of the most.
I didn't see that they published how he died. Did you? Like, I was looking, and it just said he's passed. Like, they didn't release any information yet.
I mean, does it matter?
Well, I just, did he have pneumonia? Was it just he, they found him in his bed, or?
Yeah, it doesn't say on WWE.com.
Yeah,
But-
that's where I looked. It just said that he had passed away, and I'm like, oh man, there's a legend right there.
Yeah, he was one of the most recognizable announcers of all time.
I'd say, like, out of all the announcers, I mean, he wasn't in my era,
No.
but watching older stuff, I'm like, you enjoy listening
enjoy,
to
yeah.
WWE.
Did he do
WCW.
ringside, or was he always like?
He was the
Interviews.
the interviews. He always kept it going. Like he knew how to the voice. His voice was
Yeah.
Yes,
just,
he had like the
Very
perfect
distinct.
voice.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm getting chills. Like he was a good man.
yeah. He was oh man, just thinking of Legends House. That was a very emotional.
Yes, very emotional. Made me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I watched WCW when I was younger, so I would know this. I would know know about that. And WCW is actually talked about in our Decade of Nostalgia tonight, so we'll also be talking about that as well too. But yeah, he passed away, 76 years old. Him and Hulk Hogan were like two of the biggest like interviews together, those two, because he would always say, "You know something, Mean Gene?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Brett,
Yeah,
you
very
what?
sad.
I don't know if he was in WWF very long. Maybe not even your era.
Not while I watched. He was not a big presence.
No, he was in WCW probably at that point. I don't know how long he was in WCW. I just know that's when he was when I was watching, 97 and 98.
He's definitely one of those announcers that, like, even when we have kids, when if they ever get into wrestling, like, they're gonna watch the older stuff and be like, "Oh man, this guy's awesome."
Him and Jim Ross.
Yeah.
I gotta say. And
Yeah, I mean, our generation, I think it's Jim Ross is the most recognizable voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. And Vince McMahon, of course, but that was just a little bit before our time.
And people forget that Vince McMahon did ringside.
For a long time.
You know,
Long time.
and it was before it was like public knowledge that he was the owner.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. When the heel turn happened with Brett the Hitman Hart,
Mhm,
you know.
mhm.
But we're getting a little off topic. You know, Mean Gene Okerlund, I used to always watch him Monday Nitro and Thunder. He was always around. He was just a great voice for wrestling. So, but yeah, let's move on from there, guys.
Let's do what?
I wanted to pull off, go back to the gala for a minute, because there was
the
there's-
dress thing.
Yeah, there's the dress thing.
Oh, well,
Sorry.
why'd we get off topic then?
We just rolled.
We roll. You know how we roll.
Okay.
So
Wow.
there's a couple dress subjects. One of which apparently I had the dress of the night.
Oh yeah, she got
And I'm not
so
trying
many
to sound
compliments.
conceited at all.
It's almost to the
'cause-
point where I was like, okay, leave us alone.
Yeah, it was just my dress was very flashy and elegant and flowy and
Very much so. Yeah.
hugged me.
And it also expressed.
It expressed my
Boobs.
features. Yes, boobs. So no, but I had a lot
Which we
of.
talked about earlier.
I went into the bathroom for the first time while I was there, and all I got was, "Oh my god!" And look at this dress. Oh my god, where'd you get this? Like, it was just, oh my gosh, thank you.
Mhm.
I really only got the dress to impress one person, but
This guy.
Yes, that guy. But we were out on the dance floor towards midnight. And there was a group of girls.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't shut up.
They wouldn't shut up. They were just like, I couldn't really hear them because the music was so loud, but I could tell they were complimenting my dress, because one girl was like pointing at my dress and like touching it and whatnot. I'm like, yeah. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and soak this up. And I'm like, wait, that's not even the best part. And I flip open my dress and like, check out the shoes. And it was a total girl moment for
Yeah,
me.
Her shoes.
And everyone was like, oh my God. It's like, I totally like ended up being like, oh, little girl moment.
I actually saw the dress before you did.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I showed him last week.
While you were out of the room.
Yeah, I was like, guess what I'm going to do to Josh? I'm going to surprise him.
Oh.
So my dress was a total surprise. I originally had bought this this long red gown, and I just ended up like within a week after having it, I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah, she didn't.
So, and this is where the actual dress story is going to come into play here. So I decided, I showed Josh the dress. He's like, okay. Like, he didn't really give me like oh wow, I love the dress. So, and that's another reason why I was like, okay, well, it didn't impress him that much. No, your reaction, because I kept saying like, isn't it pretty?
I liked it.
Don't I look pretty?
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, at the same time, the dress was very huggy, and I could not walk in it whatsoever. It was not flowy at the bottom.
okay.
And I thought, if I got heels, maybe I could walk in it, and I can't. I would have to go, like, with my feet. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, tiptoe with my feet.
Pretty much, yeah.
Here comes my dress dilemma story. I went ahead and I bought the red dress I bought back in early November, and what I ended up trying on, the dress that I wore on New Year's, was the one that my 6-year-old nephew, we walked in there and he's like, I want you to try on that one. And it was the first one I tried on, and I was like, man, I want to get this one. And I don't even know why I didn't buy that one. There was just something about it. I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
And so I ended up with the red one. Didn't like the red one. I'm flipping through one night on the Wednesday, your guys' birthday, Rick and your guys' birthday,
Yep.
the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And I'm flipping through, half drunk, looking at dresses and online, because I'm like, I don't like my red dress.
She did a drunk purchase.
I did a drunk purchase online. And I find this gorgeous dress online, and was like, I'm going to order it. And it said it would take 4 weeks to get here. I'm like, perfect time. That's fine. It'll get here a week or two before I need it. That's perfect. Pay for it, gets ordered. Every week, I am trying to keep track of this damn thing. It does not update and tell me that it's in Chicago until like the week of the 24th. And I'm like, okay, it's in Chicago. Well, now it's just sitting there. Yeah. And now it's the 24th, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I was like, I really need to go do something. So what I did is I ended up taking back the red dress, exchanging it for the other dress, but they didn't have it in stock. And they're like, after they heard my complaint about the story, and I ordered another dress, and the other dress isn't here, and I'm going to a gala, they're like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and overnight the dress that you want for free.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And because it was after Black Friday and they're having Christmas, I got it 40% off. That's right.
So do you now have a dress you don't or haven't worn and don't technically need?
Oh, it's even worse.
Yes, it's even worse.
Okay.
So anyways, they overnight my dress, and I'm like, you know what? The gold dress that I wore to the gala is the one that they overnighted, and I was like, oh my God, thank you. I got it. I put it on. I said, yes, it fits. I put it in the back of the closet. I hid it from Josh in case he went into the closet. And what ends up happening is the other dress arrives. The one that I ordered online. And I was like, oh my God, well, this one is in the picture. I'm like, this one's way prettier. Like, I'm totally going to do this. I'm going to take the other one back. I take it out, put it on. It does not look like the dress I ordered. It is a freaking costume material look-alike piece of shit that I ordered. And automatically had already emailed them and said, before the dress got here, I was like, hey, I already ordered another dress. There's no way I'm waiting another 4 weeks for another one after I return this one. I need a refund, and I need to send it back. Like, okay, all right, well, we'll send you something. We'll give you the refund. So I got the refund already. I just have to send the dress back. But I got it, tried it on. I'm going to post these pictures to our social media to let you guys know, because I'm going to let you know right now that I'm even going to call out the company, too. It's called Sparshine. Do not purchase anything from them. Horrible, horrible, horrible. They take a picture and they fool you, and they try to make
That's called Photoshop, Alex.
Yeah, I know. They try to make a dress, like a copy of the dress themselves, and then they sell it to you.
Right.
Like, I knew it, because it wasn't a typical model for the dress, but I was like, well, maybe that's just the way their site is. They actually get models to model their stuff instead of other types of models. You'll see
marketing.
But anyways, no, I sent this. So the whole entire, my whole entire workplace, most of them know about this story, how I'm trying to buy a dress and all this stuff. She's like, did you get your dress yet? I'm like, oh God. Showed them everything. And like, that's the dress. I'm like, yes. And I'm going to have to show you afterwards. And you're going to be like, are you serious?
It looks terrible.
It's terrible. I ended up telling Josh this whole story. And then at the gala, and I'm like, so this is what I ordered. And he's like,
it was bad.
It's ugly.
It looks like a terrible spring dress.
It looks like I could have made the dress myself.
Yeah, it looks bad. It's bad.
It's horrible. So I ended up just saying, screw it. I got my hair done and my makeup done by a coworker, went to my grandma's, came out, and Josh thought I was going to be in a red dress, and I came out in this big sparkly thing, and he had a really nice reaction. So
it was good.
It all worked out in the end.
Yep.
All right.
But I had dress
dilemma.
Dress dilemma.
Dress stress.
Dress stress. There you go. Oh, aren't you
that.
awesome?
Look at that.
So, anyways, that's my story. I'm all done with New Year's now.
So we got to go over some stuff here. We have a few other topics to go over for the night. One of them is you've been watching The Ranch. You want to talk about that?
Well, let's do. I was going to do Bird Box first, and then we'll do The Ranch.
Okay. Are you showing him right now?
Yep. I mean,
that's what I ordered.
And that it looks good.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, she'll have to share this to our social media. It'll be on our Twitter.
Yeah, isn't that disgusting? It's so bad.
And cheap.
It's so cheap.
So what's the challenge of this movie?
The challenge is basically just to blindfold yourself and try to do any normal activity.
Can we do it?
Well, you've seen the videos where where the guy blindfolds his kids and his baby runs into the doorway.
I know it's horrible, but it is such a funny video.
Well,
he's like, all right, guys, we gotta go, and grabs him by the arms and tries to walk through a doorway.
That sounds dangerous.
It is very dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Anything blindfolded is dangerous. You don't have
Please don't do this while driving.
You're not trained in any any way to walk around, blindfolded.
Some people say, like, if someone is blind, then their other senses
Are heightened.
heightened to
Yeah.
to compensate.
Right.
But
I would think hearing is.
yeah, and sense of smell maybe.
Yeah.
I'm kind of screwed.
Josh is kind
I'm
of
half
screwed.
deaf.
Yeah.
I'm wearing contacts.
Really good.
I have seasonal allergies.
You have really good hearing in your one ear.
Not really.
He doesn't really have very good hearing.
If you go blind, that is.
He's screwed.
guess-
He has me.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, like that's the Bird Box challenge. People are just going around not.
I mean, and honestly, and I'm not just saying this because I don't really care about this movie, but that just sounds really cheap and easy to call that the Bird Box challenge.
Well,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it is. But if you've
It's like
seen
a
it,
half-ass challenge.
if you've seen it, Josh and I automatically, because before we even watched the movie, I'm like, what are all these memes? Like, because there's a bunch of memes about it. And I think we spent like a good hour after we watched the movie. We were like, oh, I get it now. And it's really funny.
It's funny.
It's really funny.
By the way, was it you that shared the video of what was the challenge where you hide behind the blanket, throw it up?
Oh,
the dog.
the
The dog.
the
The blanket
what
challenge.
the fluff challenge.
Yeah. Did you share the one with the cockatoo?
With the cockatoo. Oh, the one where he's screaming?
He's like, what the?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yes.
I watched that.
I
That
love
was
I love
great.
the what the fluff challenge.
Oh,
It's so
man.
even they're still making there's still people making videos. It's funny.
We were watching.
So there's so many dogs that they drop and they're like they just stand there like
Some of them
So
get
clueless.
visibly upset.
They do.
they do.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah, we
I
were
love
watching,
the birds though.
We were watching this best of 2018 on the Pet Collective on YouTube. It's basically just fails of the week with pets.
Yeah.
It's great.
Pet
Really good.
Collective is good.
Yes,
Very
I
good.
love Pet
Yeah.
Collective.
Yeah, so we started watching that. They did the best of 2018. They had a part 1 and part 2, and there were a couple what the fluff challenges in the compilations. It's really good, really good. I love it. But yeah, so moving on.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about the ranch.
What's wrong with the
real quick.
ranch?
What's wrong with the ranch?
I mean, I think there's a lot.
How many episodes did you watch?
I'm only one in, and I
One
hate
in?
it.
Do you want me to keep it spoiler free then?
So the first 4 episodes are going to be spoiled, guys.
Okay, so
if you
obviously at the end of the previous part, Rooster was going to be Danny Masterson was going to be fired, so they had to basically figure out what they're going to do with this character. He ended up having an ex-con threaten him, and he needed to leave town.
care. Right. Yep.
So the first 4 episodes are basically all about where is Rooster.
Mm-hmm. Where's Rooster is what the entire
And
thing is going to be
the-
about.
basically it's like they didn't want to kill him in case they bring him back, but they are heavily suggesting that he's dead.
No.
So basically they find a wrecked motorcycle at the bottom of a mountain,
No.
and they have a service for him, like a funeral service, but they don't there's never a body recovered. Like
Okay.
they never find a body. The closest they come to it is during the search they find some of his clothes that have some blood on it, but no body.
Hmm.
So at the end of the 4th episode is this service that they're having, and Colt gets he's at the house and something comes in the mail, and it's basically a Bennett Brothers Ranch sign that Rooster had made.
Mhm.
Oh.
So, and he has a note that says, "Hey, we did it. We got this ranch." And so Colt then takes it to the funeral because he was all in denial about it,
Wow.
and shows everybody and reads the note. It's just, I'm like, what are they doing? You know, here they're suggesting that he's dead, but they don't want to confirm it with the body in case they bring him back. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
You miss it.
Like, I don't even want to finish the season.
Right.
And I read ahead in the episode descriptions, they bring in another character.
Oh. Do you know who?
I don't know the actor, but it's one of their cousins.
Okay.
And I'm like, if that's the way it's gonna be, I'm not gonna watch.
But we'll see.
I'm not
People
gonna
on YouTube
watch
agree with you,
until
Brett.
he comes back.
They agree?
People on YouTube agree with you.
Yeah.
That it's very frustrating and they just need to bring him back.
And it was like there was very little comedy in those 4 episodes. It was super emotional.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
they didn't even
I can
it
see
looked
that.
like they didn't even put a laugh track in on one of them.
Oh.
Like it's that serious.
Wow.
So I would suggest just watch the first 4 episodes just to see how it ends.
Okay.
Regarding Rooster, but I watched like half of the next episode, and that's the thing. The next episode is 1 month later, and like everybody just continued on. Like it was so hard on Colt what was going on, and then he just has to forget it and move into building the house and getting the Peterson ranch that they bought up and running. Abby's gonna have a baby.
Yep.
You know, it's just like this. You don't just forget that your best friend and brother dies just because, you know, things are happening in life. You know, it was disingenuous to me.
I think so.
And I didn't like it.
No.
So
you're not making me want to watch it, even though I only watched the ranch parts here and there enough to know what's going on.
Well, and honestly, I mean, Ashton Kutcher, nobody's going to accuse him being this, you know, great actor, but he does an emotional part. Like, it was scary how convincing he was.
Well, if he thinks about it, it's probably because he's super sad that
could be some reflected.
Danny Masterson.
Danny Masterson is not there.
Yeah, pretty much.
So again, I think eventually he will be back. What I think would have been great is if they don't do this whole maybe he's dead thing. What?
We've got people on YouTube saying, keep watching. It's not Rooster, but there's more that goes on.
Okay.
But it's the same person that said it is really frustrating. So keep pushing through.
Maybe I will. And maybe here's what I would have rather have happened. Instead of suggesting that he's dead, at the end of that 4th episode, Rooster gets word to Colt that he's not dead, but he is hiding because of the con that told him he needs to get out.
Yeah.
You know? So it's kind of cheesy, but it's better than maybe he's dead, but you know, we never found a body, so maybe he's not.
Well, sometimes they do that actually, like people just give up.
I mean, I understand that they can't, if they attempt to bring him back someday, you can't resurrect a dead character, you know?
And he's not.
Without a
like
major
a dead character.
Rewrite or loophole, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
So they're just like, well, we'll just suggest that he's dead, but you know.
Just to get the emotion out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
So we'll see what happens, and I don't know, now maybe I have to watch it. Have to finish it up.
We got to look at playoffs here. We got to start making some picks here, guys. For playoffs of 2019.
For the NFL.
Yep. So.
Well, we each have to pick a team that's going to the Super Bowl.
Yes. So AFC and NFC.
I thought we usually don't do this until we know who's going to the Super Bowl.
Well, we pick a Super Bowl winner and combined score.
Yeah, we already know who's in the bracket.
And I don't know if we've ever picked actual Super Bowl teams before, but we should this year.
I could have sworn that we did last year.
I need a bracket.
Maybe we did.
I need a bracket here.
Or no, we do who's going to win and then what score.
That's what I said.
It just went over my head. I'm sorry. Like it just whoop. Bye.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna name the teams on the AFC. We have the Chiefs, the Patriots, the Colts.
Those are your 1 and 2 seeds. Got a first round bye.
First round bye are the Chiefs and Patriots. Colts, Texans, Chargers, Ravens.
So the Chargers and the Ravens are the 3 and 4 because they won their division.
Yep.
The Colts and the Texans.
The Rams didn't make it?
That's not true.
Oh, wait. No, they're on the NFC.
The Chargers are a wild card, and the Colts are a wild card because the Texans and the Chiefs won their divisions. So
Texas and Ravens.
So we'll all pick an AFC team, and this one's tough for me.
It is.
I'm in between the Texans and the Chiefs.
I'm going to say the Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Really?
Yeah.
The 4th seed?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
And I'll tell you why.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
If you want to know why.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
The Ravens right now, their defense is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
They've won like 7 of their last 9 or something.
Wow.
So they are on a tear right now. And Lamar Jackson, yes, he's a rookie quarterback, but if you're going to have a rookie quarterback, you need a good defense backing him up.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing right now. Plus, he's getting better each week, so that's my pick.
Okay. So I'm just going with the Chiefs because
I'm going with the
they're
Chiefs
the
because of
first
Mahomes.
seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
First seed.
I'm going with the Chiefs because Mahomes.
Mahomes.
He was my quarterback for fantasy, so I'm going for the Chiefs.
Right. So this is who we're picking for the AFC to go to the Super Bowl. Now it's time for the NFC. So I'm gonna go from the wild card, and I'm gonna go with the
to the top seed.
the buys. So Cowboys, Seahawks, Bears, Eagles, and the two that made their first round bye is Saints and Rams.
Hold on, the Eagles are the wild card, right?
Yes, and so are the Seahawks.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I really don't want the Saints to go. I'm going to be biased in this decision because it's part of my division too. I'm going to go with the Bears.
Yeah, I was leaning towards the Bears too because their defense is solid.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pick the same teams as me.
Why? Why can't I?
Because I was going to choose the Chiefs.
I don't
and the
trust
Bears.
Dallas, and I don't trust Seattle, even though Seattle's been there before.
Eagles barely made it.
And the Eagles.
And I heard that Foles is playing.
That's right. I'm gonna go all in and go with the Eagles.
What?
Oh, man, really?
I am.
Boo on you. Well, we're going to find
Well,
out.
I've been saying since Nick Foles came in and won it the first game, I told our friend Rick, because he's a major Eagles fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, if he goes on a tear, and even if they just make it to the Super Bowl, that is unbelievable because they weren't even in the playoffs when he came in after they took Carson Wentz out.
Yeah, what happened there?
He got hurt.
Again.
His back is.
Didn't
is
this happen
pretty messed
last
up.
year?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why. Well, it's not, maybe not why, but
And Foles
he got
brought them
hurt
in.
late in the year. Foles came in. They went and won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It's so far it's starting to repeat. At least they weren't even in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the hunt. He came in. They won and won. I think they only lost one game to Dallas,
Yeah.
and now they're back in
So,
contention.
so
I'm
if-
gonna go with the Eagles.
okay. So you're going with the Eagles and you're going with the Ravens.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going with the Bears and the Chiefs. Alex is going with the Bears and the Chiefs. Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, we can all agree that, I don't want the Cowboys to go at
Right,
all. They
right.
shouldn't have even made the playoffs. A couple of games they shouldn't have even won.
They went on a late tear, won like 4 out of 5. Their defense, which their defense hasn't been good in a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but they really put a hurt on. So
Yep. Someone on
We'll see.
YouTube saying
What
Colts.
is it?
Yeah, saying Colts.
Yeah.
I will not be in a good place at home it will not be a good place at home for my husband and I if the Colts and Cowboys have to play each other again. We agreed to watch in separate rooms.
Wow. Wow. Right on.
Well, what I will say about the Colts, man, Andrew Luck is back with a vengeance, and surprisingly enough, their defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
So they may surprise some people. It would be pretty fitting if they beat the Texans because they play on Saturday, and the Texans won the division. Yet, if the Colts walk in there and win, that'll be pretty cool because they're obviously their division rivals. So to make that a playoff game, it'll be the third time they've played this year. So that'd be pretty cool.
Right. I'm writing down all of our stuff. So you have Brett, you have Ravens versus Eagles, and it's gonna be you want the Birds to go basically.
Birds.
The Birds.
So Alex and I both say Bears and Chiefs. We're kind of biased on those two teams though.
I don't care. I really don't care. I don't.
I'm actually I'm okay.
The Vikings aren't going. The Browns
Yeah.
aren't
Well,
going.
you could make a case for rooting for the Bears because they're in your division.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've always rooted for the Chiefs, like
Right.
ever since I was young. I don't know why, but I just have. So yeah, that's our predictions for the Super Bowl of 2019. So yeah, I think it's time we talk about our segment of the podcast, and that is Decade of Nostalgia 2001.
So I wasn't really sure how you wanted to do this, so I wrote down notable things, not
Mhm.
necessarily important to me,
Yeah.
but most are, but just were big deals back then.
Yeah, so we're going to go. Alex wanted to add toys to this. We're at that
We're in
age.
high school.
I was
I know,
I
and I
was
think I might actually pull it away.
13 and 14. I was going on 14 well, my birthday's in November, so yeah. I was going on 14.
16 or would be in
Yeah.
July.
I'd be going into 8th grade and ending 7th grade. So that was me. You were
I was
6th going to 7th.
6th grade going into 7th grade.
Yep. You were transitioning to a new school.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. That was 2000. Yeah, wow. 2001 was big for me
Yep.
because I had 2001. So transitioning into a new school. This was not just transitioning into a new school. It was transitioning from I mean, this is horrible, but I was only transitioning maybe 5 miles away.
Yeah.
And it makes a big difference in a big city 5 miles away from where you grew up, because we just bought a new house, and it was, well, not a new house. We bought a house.
Yeah.
We went from, I grew up first couple years of my life in a trailer park, and then the rest of my grade school life, I was in a townhome, and then I turned 13. I turned 13 in our first house. Yeah. So, which is currently where my mom lives now. So, but just moving my life 5 miles away made a huge difference in my friends, my life, who I would have hung out with, where I would have gone. Like, it changes a lot. Because I went to a somewhat crappy middle school to a higher up, nicer, very nice middle school. And I went from, and the other big thing is, I grew up from kindergarten to 6th grade wearing a uniform. Yeah. So, and there is a huge difference. And if I were to pick, if I were to pick the rest of my life going to school, would I have changed staying in uniform? Absolutely. I would have loved to stay in uniform. As much as we complained about it being in uniform, oh, I can't wait. We would have out of uniform days at school. We would have jean days at school. There is really, you don't really get judged. No. You all wear the same thing. You have to base people, if you're going to judge somebody, it's their hair and their shoes. Like, we all wear the same thing. Yep. And I went from, oh my gosh, this is going to be so awesome, I get to wear whatever I want. And I went from that school uniform to, I went here and I knew one person, which happened to be my best friend in elementary school, but she was hanging with a different crowd at that time, not my crowd. So that didn't really work. To, I was the new girl at school, and I had the flares were in. Flare jeans were in at the time.
I don't remember what I wore.
And I don't remember what shirt was in.
I wore skater stuff.
But what I wore was in. I had one t-shirt and one pair of pants that was in. Yeah. And then I realized I have to go to school Monday through Friday. I don't have 5 pairs of jeans. I have like 2 pairs of jeans and 1 pair of good, like, in-style jeans. The rest of my... when I was in uniform school, I came home, changed out of my uniform, put on some jeans and a t-shirt. Yeah. I didn't care who I was hanging out with. It was the same friends I grew up with since elementary school. So now I have to... It was a big deal. You start judging people and stuff in middle school. Or being judged.
So what we're going to talk about, instead of toys, we're going to move right into music. You know, stuff. I've got albums that came out. And bands.
I've narrowed it to songs.
Songs. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe just Alex, do you have a list going on
of which
that?
One?
Of music.
Music. My notes say see Google because there was too much.
So Brett, do you have some that are memorable to you? Since do you have it right in front of you? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we'll do that. Okay, good.
So, do you want me to just go down the list of movies?
Yeah, go
music. You do music?
Music.
Alrighty. So, 2001, J-Lo was huge.
That was one that I found.
J-Lo. She put out the one album, and from that was I'm Real and Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that one.
That was big. And I had a big crush on J-Lo.
Oh, yeah. That was my first girl poster.
And it's right around the time where her ass became famous. So, like, every man in the world, you didn't like J-Lo, but you loved her ass.
Speaking of asses, you know what other song came out in 2001?
No.
Bootylicious.
Oh, I did see that.
Bootylicious.
That was Destiny's Child, right?
Yes.
Destiny's Child.
Yes.
Wow.
It was not Beyonce yet. It was Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
So, this is notable. Hit 'Em Up Style by Blue Cantrell.
I can't say I know that.
I'll have to play it for you.
Can you hum a little bit or?
Hey, ladies.
Oh, I already know it. That's all you gotta say.
All I gotta say.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
No idea.
Remember Jagged Edge?
Yes.
Yeah, where the party at?
Yes.
That one.
Wow, is this R&B stuff?
Yeah, it's like Brett and I look through all these songs and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is totally my 6th grade year where I was super into hip hop.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We got Drops of Jupiter by Train.
I saw that. Okay. That's also their album title.
It's Been a While by Stained.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Get Your Freak On, Missy Elliott.
Your Freak On. Oh, I love Missy Elliott. Yeah.
Wow. Fat Lip.
Yeah, Sum 41's album came out. All Killer, No Filler, and that had also In Too Deep came out on that album too.
I love In Too Deep is at the end of American Pie 2.
And it's so
love
good.
That. It's such a great scene where they all
it's a great
kind
song.
of acknowledge. I'm a Believer, which is in a Shrek Is it in the first?
It's
Shrek?
in the first Shrek.
Shrek.
Yep.
Yes.
So by Smash Mouth.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys will know this one, but I'm Already There by Lone Star.
Yes.
It's a big,
It's
probably
a really big song.
That was a big
Dance.
veteran.
dance song, junior high dances.
Yeah.
It's big for
They actually play
2001.
They play
for
it a lot
9/11.
on one of the radio stations they listen to at work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last thing I have is All or Nothing by O-Town.
I know O-Town. I know O-Town.
Cause
And I
What is
can't
that?
even do it now. Like, I can't even think what it is.
nothing at all. Oh my gosh! I hear it in my head. I hear it in my head.
That was all I had for
Oh
music.
I've
my
got
God.
albums. I'm going to talk about some here that came out. Weezer had their Green album, which was their third album, came out in May of 2001, which the songs Island in the Sun and Hash Pipe,
Hash Pipe. I remember Hash
which
Pipe.
Hash Pipe was in American Pie. Drowning Pool had their debut album, Sinner, which had Bodies, of course, come out. And then
Bodies hit the boat.
Yep. And then the singer died the next year
Oh.
from cardiovascular disease.
Ooh.
Yep. Avenged Sevenfold had their debut album come out in
Yes, they did.
2001
Yep.
called Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. And I'm going to be with that guy. It's terrible. It's awful. I can't listen to it. No, I can't go.
It's not that bad.
Sounding the Seventh Trumpet? Yes, it is. It's all screamo.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Really?
No, I mean I like their newer stuff,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I didn't think it was unlistenable.
It's not bearable to me. So that's what I had for music. I went down through all of them. I was like, oh, those are some notable artists that had albums come out in 2001.
Anything to add?
Smooth Criminal, Alien Ant Farm.
Yes. That
That's
album
also
did
an
come out.
American Pie too.
It is.
Mhm.
American Pie 2 soundtrack came out in 2001.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum. That's Hash Pipe still.
It is Hash Pipe.
I think Britney Spears had an album come out.
A Slave.
Everywhere by
Yeah.
Michelle Branch.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
saw
That was
one.
on American Pie 2 as well.
Yeah.
That's when he kicks the lamp.
Yeah.
He's trying
Is
to do-
it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a Slave for You by Britney Spears. Oops.
Yeah. Everywhere. It's when they're getting into the cabin.
Yeah, but oh boy, I don't remember.
Fez is doing his jujitsu.
I remember that being in the movie, but I don't remember it being that
'Cause
part.
then Jim goes, "Whoa,
Now
whoa."
we'll have to check when we're off of here.
Yeah.
Because I have that movie on digital.
I love that movie.
Pop by NSYNC.
Pop.
Oh. What? Really? You've been to flashbacks. They play it
Oh
all
my
the
god,
time.
it's like my favorite NSYNC song.
How's it go?
Dirty Pop. Sick and tired of hearing all those people talk about.
No, I have no
oh
idea what that
my
is. What-
god.
Was it
Doesn't
on-
matter.
Which album was it on?
The second one, No Strings Attached.
I don't remember that.
Wow.
Jeez.
All right.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Gorillas.
From Gorillas, yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, can we move on from music?
The Rock Show.
That's Blink-182. Yeah,
Let's
that's
do
Take Off Their
movies.
Pants and Jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Take Off Your
Movies?
Pants and Jacket came out.
And then
Yeah.
I got one more.
No,
I got one
we'll
more.
do movies at the end.
I got one
Movies
more.
at the end.
Before
Or actually, I got two more. The Middle by Jimmy Eat World and Get the Party Started by Pink.
Yes, Pink did have some stuff.
Those are some like really big like growing up songs.
We're gonna do TV that came out in 2000.
I don't have a lot of TV.
I do.
but I do have some notable ones.
Okay, go ahead.
So 24.
Yes.
Yes,
season
I,
24.
I put
Premiere in
24 on there.
2001.
And I wonder if 24 is still watchable.
Alex and I watched it a couple years ago.
Not even a couple years ago. It was
Probably like 5 years ago.
Last
like
time-
6 years ago.
The last time I watched 24 was right before they brought it back for like a half season.
That's when I was
that
working
was-
with you at Walmart.
That was 2014.
hmm
So it's been a while.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the
Um,
trailer, and I remember the chick from Photo being really excited about it. 'Cause
Janet.
Janet,
Janet
yep,
was
you
a
and
big
her
fan.
always talked about 24.
Smallville, which is like the perfect teenager drama
I never
thing.
watched Smallville.
Me
I don't think it would hold up now,
neither.
and it was like 3 seasons too long.
Yeah. Okay. Is that all you had?
No, I got more.
Okay.
Nothing for me, but I know you guys Scrubs.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
that was on my list.
Scrubs did premiere in
Scrubs
2001.
debuted. Yep.
Yes.
And then I only mention this because it laid the groundwork, but the British version of The Office, so Ricky Gervais's
really
Office.
came out in
Oh.
2001.
Yeah.
I got a couple others to add to that.
Oh, I've got one. I've only got one. Let me say it because
Go
you guys
ahead.
already said the other two.
What?
Fear Factor.
Yeah, I was gonna add that.
I did
was
put
like,
that.
Fear Factor.
Factor.
I didn't watch past with like the first episode because that was the one with the rats.
Oh God,
And
I don't
can't do
remember.
it.
I did watch a lot of Fear Factor, and I used to be able to oh, I could do that. And I look at it now, and I'm like, there is no freaking
Nope.
way I'd be able to do
Nope.
any of that.
Nope, as adult.
A great big nope.
Because what's his face? Host
Joe
it.
Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
okay.
don't remember that. I don't remember him posting it.
I don't
I
remember
do.
him
Once you
doing
actually
it
see the
either.
pictures of Fear Factor, like that's fucking Joe Rogan.
Does he have hair?
No.
Oh.
I got two more.
What?
Go ahead.
Robot Chicken,
Oh, that came out in 2001.
which is still airing
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
episodes,
Wow.
and it gets no talk like Family Guy that's still running, and The Simpsons. But
I'm surprised
nobody
it's
talks
still
about
running.
Robot Chicken. Me too.
Yeah.
And then The Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh.
Oh, that was on my list, but
I
I
got a
never
couple.
watched it.
I
That
did.
ran until 2017.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's
Well,
crazy.
They did like spin-off like live action stuff.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I don't know why they would do that. I got a couple more. An X-Files spin-off, The Lone Gunman.
No, never watched
I
it.
don't know anything
That one
about
I always
that.
talk about. They're only in a couple episodes of X-Files, and they had their own spin-off, and it wasn't very good. And Grounded for Life.
I remember that, and I hate that show, and
Me
I'll tell you
too.
why.
See,
It's
so
all the flashbacks.
I put that on my list, and I took it off because I was like, you know what? I watched it, but then I didn't like it.
So,
yeah,
It's
I'd say
got
so.
Donald Logue, who that's the dad. He's actually quite a good actor.
He acted terribly.
It
in
was
that
yeah,
show.
he was terrible in it.
Atrocious.
His brother, I don't know his brother's name, but his brother's been the guy that played his brother.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then his wife is Megan Price, who
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
Patrick Warburton's wife.
And she's also in The Ranch.
And she's on The Ranch.
Yes.
She's Mary on The Ranch.
I got
And-
more for TV on here too.
And then the daughter is
Mhm.
just the worst. Like the whole show is just terrible.
So bad. The dad, the old guy. You'd think he'd be a good
Yes.
actor too.
Yes.
He's in a lot of shows and
Yep.
movies. I don't know his name,
Don't
but
either.
some stuff ended in 2001.
Okay, so I didn't know you were gonna do this. But
I didn't
go
either.
for it.
I saw some stuff, and this is a big deal, and it's very notable that we're talking about Mean Gene Okerlund because WCW Nitro ended in March of 2001.
Which was probably too late because wasn't it just god awful at the
It
end?
got really bad. It
Yeah.
got really bad. I stopped watching it, not just because I didn't have cable, but I just wasn't interested anymore in the way things looked and the way things were. So that's when the Monday Night Wars ended. It was in
Yeah.
2001, which is a very big deal. That was the 90s, was the Monday Night Wars of wrestling.
Well, and I think I started watching. When did they split the first time? Was that in 2000?
Split.
Where you had your Raw team and your SmackDown team.
They didn't split, and I thought it was around when they bought WCW, but I know it was in the 2000s.
Well, I was in junior high when SmackDown went to UPN,
Mm-hmm.
and I was finally able to watch a weekly wrestling show,
Yeah.
and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like SmackDown, they didn't put their B team.
No,
they had
it was
all
it was
the
all
big
A-teams.
names.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Which Monday Nitro debuted in '95? If you want to know that, Baywatch ended in 2001. Aired in '89.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably a little too long of a show.
Oh, no, there's
It was
an
on
even
TV
longer
for
one.
too long.
I got longer ones on here.
Which one?
Next was Third Rock from the Sun. Ended
Ended?
May in 2001. Debuted in '96.
Dang.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood
Oh my god.
ended in 2001. Debuted in '68.
Was it
Yeah.
really 68?
Yeah.
Jeez, no wonder I didn't like it.
Yeah. Why didn't you like Mr.
I hated Mr. Rogers.
It's
It was
like Bob
I
Ross.
No.
liked him when
Very
I was
calming.
a child.
No, it was so
What?
boring.
No, get out of here.
No, I'm serious.
Get
I
out of here.
hate it.
No, get out.
No. Nickelodeon. That's what I gotta say. It's like, oh, what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch Nickelodeon or do you want to watch Mr. Rogers? Are you serious?
Well,
You
that's,
serious?
that's legit, I'd say.
Angry Beavers ended in 2001.
Really? I feel like that's
Debuted
when
in
I was like
97.
watching Angry Beavers.
Yep. And Recess also
Oh,
ended.
wow.
in
See, and I feel like I
2001.
was still watching
Recess
it
was
then.
so good.
Now, we don't normally have this all prepared for a decade of nostalgia, but, we talked about it, I think it was this morning. I was like, here, just have stuff ready because, this is we can definitely do a little bit more of our, because we were making memories a lot better at this point.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, like we can have a little bit more nostalgia.
Actually, yeah, a lot more nostalgia.
I mean, we
music
are
really
90s
brings me
kids.
back, and it's so funny that Brett, like, all he had to do is say like two words from a hip hop song. I'm like, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. So you guys want to move on to movies, and then also we have video games.
Well, I was going to do the video games.
Let's do video
first
games.
because
Video
I
games?
don't think there'll be as much to say.
See, and I don't think so either.
I only have 4 on my list.
I'm gonna
Video
go. I'm gonna
games.
go to
I have-
video
I
games
have one.
2001. Okay.
I have one.
So here's my list. So I'll start
You
with.
probably have the top.
Wait, can I say one? Because I have just
Yes,
one.
I'm sorry.
Super Mario Brothers
Okay.
Melee.
That's what I was.
Super
gonna say
Smash
first.
Brothers
Or
Melee.
Smash Brothers. Why? I
Wow.
have Super Mario and I said Brothers.
Melee was on the GameCube. Correct?
Yes,
Yes.
and it was a
Melee came
debut
out.
game.
For the GameCube.
Yeah,
Like launch?
launch. It was
Mhm.
the first time that they didn't have a Mario launch title, so they had Super Smash Brothers Melee as a launch title.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I did get it that Christmas. I got Super Smash Brothers Melee.
How does it stack up
oh,
in the
it's
line of?
still in
It's-
MLG.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the best
How
best
many
one.
Smash Brothers games were on the GameCube?
One.
Just that one.
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Yep. And it was the biggest. It
It's huge.
held the life until the Wii brought out Brawl.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And
that's-
Brawl was like, oh man, I'm getting chills.
2008,
like, remember,
right?
Like,
Yeah.
7.
7? No. Was it 7?
7.
Well, we're getting too far ahead of our nostalgia, but
2007, because I was graduating high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
2007.
if you guys hear
Brawl
any
came out.
sirens, we do have a window open. Brett gets warm while we podcast.
I get warm too.
Them lights, them new lights. Man.
Man, these lights.
they pound us with the heat.
Yeah, they do.
So you had Super Smash Brothers Melee, which Alex proved her worth with Yoshi as the best Yoshi in our group of friends. Yes. So Brett,
Not anymore.
you have games. I have Wikipedia up right here, so, you can go ahead.
I looked through the list and there were lots of oh yeahs,
Yeah.
but nothing really great. But the ones I put down were first was GTA 3.
Yes, Grand Theft Auto
Which
3 came out.
Was
in
the first
2001.
time they did third person instead of an overview, like
Yep.
top down look.
I'm very
and,
happy they did that.
Laid the groundwork for what eventually got to GTA 5,
Oh my gosh.
which is a juggernaut.
If it wasn't for them taking a risk with 3, which actually I think 3 was one that hit a lot of media
Yeah, it did. It was
attention.
It took some backlash because it's the first time you could get in a car with a hooker and the car jumps up and down and then the hooker gets out and then you kill the
You
hooker.
lose money.
You kill the hooker and get your money back.
You get your money back. Some
Oh
money.
my
Sometimes
God.
you get some money.
So I remember playing with people and you just took turns doing outrageous things until you die and then you hand off the controller.
Oh man, yeah, because it was my first experience in a 3D actual world. I mean, Super Mario 64 was my first 3D environment, along with Donkey Kong 64. But GTA was a real 3D feeling.
2001 was just not like I was getting out of video games and into
Mm-hmm.
boys.
Yeah.
Like I was doing like my weekends consisted of getting dressed up to go to an all night skate
Yep.
at the Roller Dome.
Yep.
It was not playing video games.
I was just getting into video games. So you
So-
got
No, I had video games there, and then there's like this 6th grade, 7th grade,
all the way up to high
all
school.
the way up to high school. Like
had
I
your
really just
girly
didn't.
years?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily my girly years. It just wasn't. It didn't consist of video games.
Right.
But if you didn't marry a gamer, you would have probably never got back into video games.
I don't know.
Not like you are
I
now.
would have. Pokemon Go would have sucked me in either
That's
way.
not you're not a gamer.
duh.
No, mobile games is not a gamer.
I disagree.
No, I totally
disagree.
agree
No,
with
disagree.
my own statement.
Anyway, I got 2 more here.
Go ahead. I
Um,
can keep going with. I have a whole list here.
007 Agent Under Fire, which
Really?
was
That was a successor to.
it was not a sequel to GoldenEye, if that's what you're asking.
I took it as that.
Well, there was a sequel to GoldenEye. It was The World Is Not Enough. That was also a first-person shooter on the 64 and I think the first PlayStation. Agent
Okay.
Under Fire was on the original Xbox and PS2,
Yeah.
and it did
And GameCube.
start and GameCube. It did start kind of a series of Bond games that were first-person shooter
That were
because you
kinda
had
trash.
they were just okay,
yeah.
but I liked them. They were fun for me. But it went Agent Under Fire, then there was Nightfire, and they had several more. So it was the first one in this next line of Bond games that they don't do anymore. They don't make
They
you know?
didn't push the envelope at all.
The last Bond game was an original story, not based on a movie, and it was on the 360 and PS3.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it was even called, something about blood.
Okay.
Something about blood.
And then the final one I know you guys will like is Halo CE.
Halo Combat Evolved
Yes, I
came
saw
out in
Halo CE
2001,
was on there.
which that means the Xbox launched, right,
thought it
in
was-
2001.
It has to be because it launched together.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 2000, but yeah, 2001.
Yep. So, and that brought on a lot of Alex's content on Twitch right now is Halo.
Yes, it is.
And your best stuff, I think, is with Halo. I mean, Call of Duty is great and fun and challenging, but Halo, you can fool around entirely and have good content. And Halo is fun. It's so fun. I'm going to go down a list of a couple more that are notable to me. Madden NFL 2002 was
Dante Culpepper on the
Dante
cover.
Culpepper on the cover. That was a game that I had for the GameCube. So yeah, it was my first actual NFL game owning. Like I had Blitz on the 64, Blitz 2000, which is fine. It was fun.
It's arcade.
Yeah, arcadey. Sonic Adventure 2. That was my first Sonic game that I owned on the GameCube. So that was really a 3D open environment. It's kind of a 3D linear game. I'm looking down and see if there's any other ones because I was actually not prepared to do video games. I totally didn't.
Really, there was not a lot.
The Simpsons Road Rage. That was a
Like
Again,
I remember playing that because I think that was at the Roller Dome.
Crazy Taxi.
There's a lot of oh yeahs, but not a lot.
Like
of
it's not like
holy crap.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, notable
Yeah.
games.
And we got to mention Max Payne.
Yep.
And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Yep.
So
I told you it was not my video game year.
no, it was big on movies.
Yes, it was a big on
2001.
movie. I
Seems
got
like we
movies
say
though.
that every year,
I've
though.
got stuff.
Yeah.
Seems like we say that for every year.
Yeah.
I know,
So-
but again, back in 2001, we didn't have cell phones or anything. Like, biggest things for me was hanging out, having sleepovers,
Mhm.
going skating,
Mhm.
and seeing movies.
Mhm.
Like, that's the thing.
You
So
may
we
go.
going on to movies.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
start naming some.
yeah, go ahead.
So the one to start one of the best trilogies ever, Fellowship of the Ring.
Did
That
start.
started.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
My mom would not let me go see this, thinking it would be too scary for me, and I was 13.
I was excited for this because I had read and watched The Old Hobbit the year before
And it has a little bit of The Hobbit in the beginning.
6th or 7th grade or whatever year it was, and then this came out. And they're
Yeah.
like, my teacher's like, you should ask your parents and see if you can go see this. Like you'll understand it.
Is it a PG-13?
It is a PG-13. That's
the
why.
whole trilogy is. Yeah.
Okay.
See, and I actually,
Actually,
that's
the
one of
whole
that is
saga.
actually one of my favorites of the Lord of the Rings. Josh says that's stupid, but I really like the Fellowship of the Ring.
I like the Two Towers. For some reason, I just like the Two Towers more.
That's got the big battle at the end, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Helm's Deep, is that it?
yes. Yep. So, next one.
Not much for me, but a big deal, Shrek.
Yes.
Yes, Shrek came
How
out.
is that not much for you?
They didn't do anything for
It
me.
kind of reached. That was like it was
It was
a
an
movie
adult movie for kids.
Yes, it was that's exactly what it was. It reached adults and then it
Yes.
also reached children.
I love it.
The-
So
I
it
will
was
watch
perfect
it
for
today.
all ages.
The
I'll watch it.
donkey character just annoyed me.
Why?
I don't
It's
know.
Eddie Murphy.
I'm not a big Eddie Murphy fan.
Did you like the sequel of Shrek?
I didn't watch.
Sequel's
I
good.
think all of them are pretty good. The first one's always the best.
No,
though.
I think 2's better. Rush Hour 2 is better than Rush Hour 1.
I agree
Fight
with
me.
that, but I don't.
Shrek 2 is better than Shrek 1.
No, it's not.
I think it is.
Mm-mm.
I think it is. Poke's more fun.
I actually haven't seen this, but it's big in the scheme of what is to come. But Monsters Inc.
Yes.
Yep.
Because
Monsters Inc. was
Pixar.
the third.
It's still a great movie to watch.
I think it's the third Pixar full animation, computer animation, because it's Toy Story. No, it'd be the fourth, because it was Toy Story, Toy Story 2, A Bug's Life, and then Monsters Inc. And then Finding Nemo, I think, was after that.
This one, big deal because of what came after it, and for me especially, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I did have that
Mhm.
down.
The original Fast and Furious, because
Who knew it would spawn
well, see, the thing is,
so much?
when they did the first one, maybe they planned for a sequel and a third, but when they didn't bring any of the cast back for the third,
Mm-hmm.
I think they thought maybe it's dead.
They had one person, right? Han.
Well, Han he wasn't a regular cast member yet.
Was he not?
No,
I thought
he was not in 1 and 2.
Oh.
and Vin Diesel made a cameo at the end of 3.
I like that cameo.
But I think it was after 3 when they're like, we need to bring back the whole cast and then start a big run, and that's what they did with Fast and Furious and so on.
So
but
big.
I remember this being a big deal because it was right around the time I was getting my driver's license. I was all about cars. I loved cars.
Yeah.
This was a big flashy movie with girls and cars, and I just loved it.
Yep.
Can I say a couple?
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers.
That came out in 2001?
Yeah.
I thought that came out in 2002.
Nope,
Wow.
2001. Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
I always thought that movie was pretty scary.
I always did until you watch it when you're older.
Yeah.
And it's not.
You're like, what was I thinking?
The very beginning is the scariest part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's really
It's
it.
horror during the day, which you don't get good horror.
Is it the
during
first one
day.
or the second one where they're on the bus?
That's the second
That's
one.
the second one. I think the second one's scarier.
First one's Justin Long.
What?
The second one.
Second one
was
is
not
garbage.
scary. Yeah.
No, there's more gory scenes, I guess is what I should say.
Yeah. Doesn't
So
make
it's more
You
disturbing.
see his face like almost
with
right away
no eyes.
in the first one or the second.
The one where he like bites off the person's head and then they like.
Yes, that's the second.
Yeah, that one, on the school bus.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so enough with Jeepers. We got Hannibal.
Yeah, which you haven't
we've
seen.
been. I know, but we've been talking about that on
I
my.
haven't seen that or
on
Silence
Twitch.
of the Lambs.
Yeah, we've been talking about that on my Twitch.
Guys, Silence of the Lambs is a classic.
I know. I need to.
It can hold up. The look of Jodie Foster, her hair is just so 90s, 80s. It's rough to get through, but that's just me.
Swordfish.
Yes, I had Swordfish
really
on my
like
list.
Swordfish.
Good
That's a
opener.
great movie.
I think it came a little too early. If they could wait on technology, they could have done a little bit better
I
on
disagree.
some of the.
I think it came out at a good time.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
If it wasn't for the Matrix,
It's got
this
the-
movie would not be the way it is.
It's got the famous scene of Halle Berry topless.
Yes. Yes.
With the book.
With the book.
No, was it a book or
It was
was
a
it
book.
with
It was
the
a- it was
I thought
a-
she was
suntan
reading.
Oh.
thing?
I thought she was reading.
Ah.
I thought she was reading.
Who knows?
I don't know. Nobody looked at what was in her hands.
Was it a book or was it?
See, nobody cares.
Nobody
nobody
cares.
cares.
See, nobody cares.
I'm pretty sure it was a book.
I thought it was a book.
You might be right.
I think it was
Either
a
way,
book.
how much money did she
But then
get?
again, I'm like, why would you be reading a book with your boobs
I
in
don't
front of your on top of your book?
I wonder how much money she got. John Travolta, he wasn't in a lot between them. Well, I mean, Battlefield Earth could have killed his career.
He's rebounded.
Rebound, yeah, he kind of is. He did. Yeah, we're moving off topic there.
Jurassic Park 3.
I put that down too.
Trash.
Not good, but it did have Sam Neill.
Yeah.
And if it didn't have Sam Neill,
It would have been. It wouldn't have made
it would have been disowned.
I like
Yeah.
what they did with the Jurassic Park series. They did all of them at once for the first one. The second one they did Ian Malcolm / Jeff Goldblum. Third one they did Sam Neill /
Dr. Grant.
Dr. Grant with Ellie Sattler
She
as a
had
side
she was
character.
in Laura.
Kind
what's
of.
her name?
Laura Dern.
Dern. That's it.
Yes. And then the fourth one brought in Henry Wu, which you didn't expect to be a character. And then the fifth one,
Who cares?
I forgot that came out this year, in 2018. By the way, we didn't talk about that as the most disappointing.
We didn't. No.
I think that would have been my most disappointing. By the way, was
I
Jurassic
think
Park
so
Fallen
because
Kingdom.
Happy Time Murders. You know, what do you really expect
What do you
out of
expect?
that?
Yeah,
But you expect a lot from Jurassic Park.
you do.
And we
Yes.
didn't get
We
it.
didn't even talk about that. That kind of just slipped our minds.
I've got one that you guys probably have never seen.
What?
That was big for me, which was Riding in Cars with Boys. Drew Barrymore.
You showed that to me.
Did you watch it with me?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. She gets pregnant very young,
Yes.
and then just has a different lifestyle than was expected.
Pretty
of
much.
her.
Yes.
It's just a drama.
It is, but it's like a.
That's Mandy Moore,
It was
right?
made. No, that's
No.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. Yes, I'm
it was
sorry.
made at a time where teen pregnancy was like an epidemic.
Yeah, it's
So,
right before they
like,
became.
It was
Reality
where they were
TV
trying to
shows.
like scare you about teen pregnancy and stuff, and then this movie came out and it was really like put into your head the perspective of this is what's going to happen if you have sex and become pregnant at 16.
Yeah. Realistic.
Yeah. So it's it's a great movie.
Yep. I want to say a couple here. The Others came out.
Oh yes, the
Nicole
other.
Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Have you seen The Others?
I saw
was a big
once.
year for her.
I don't really remember anything
love
about it.
I love
but
it. I love it. It's a good story.
It was a big year for her because Moulin Rouge actually came out too.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Her and Ewan McGregor did that together. Black Hawk Down.
I was gonna say that. This
I-
is probably my, if not my favorite, my second favorite military movie.
Have I seen it?
Yes.
It's a great
Josh
movie. And
Hartnett, Ewan McGregor.
do you know how
Tom
many
Hardy.
notable names? Smalls from Sandlot is one of the soldiers.
I don't
Yes.
think that I've seen it.
Yes, you have. Orlando Bloom is in it.
The dude, the Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four, the first one,
Yep.
he's in it.
Yep.
Tom Sizemore.
Tom Sizemore. Yes.
William
You know-
Fichtner.
Eric Bana. Eric
Yes.
Bana.
It's a star-studded
So
cast.
many people you know.
Yes.
Like, I'm mixing that up with Saving Private Ryan.
You can't.
I know, because Saving Private Ryan is World War II.
Yes.
And Black
This-
Hawk Down is Mogadishu.
Alex is not good with.
I'm
any-
not good with wars.
You could see
You
the
can-
notable difference,
yes.
though.
Okay.
It's not Tom Hanks. Okay, it's not Tom Hanks.
Okay, Josh.
It's
Josh and Brett. At this point in my life, I was not into history whatsoever. I was getting like D's in history. I hated it. I thought it was
Well,
boring.
you need to watch both of these movies.
She's seen it.
Josh
She's
probably
seen it.
made
You
me
need to
watch
watch
Yes,
both
we've
of
watched
those
it.
movies.
We've watched it plenty of
If you
times.
still can't differentiate.
No, I like- I
Okay,
love-
Alex,
I
the
love the
helicopter.
movies now.
The
What?
helicopter. We got a Black Hawk Down. We got a Black Hawk Down.
No, still not ringing a bell.
Holy cow!
Oh, Glenn Morshower also. He's one of the helicopter pilots.
And that guy we always know.
Were we making out through the movie?
That guy that's in every Michael Bay movie. The
I think that's Glenn Morshower.
the guy who was in the helicopter.
The red hair.
Irene.
Yes, that's
yeah.
that's Glenn Morshower.
He's in the island.
He's a
Did
Secret
you make me watch
Service
this movie
guy
while we were dating?
in 24.
Yes, and post dating. We
When?
watched it in Chicago. Yes.
Okay, both unmemorable
And I
times.
do believe we watched it sometime around here.
And no.
Maybe with even you.
Nope. We'll have to watch it again.
I can't.
Why?
Because it just makes me feel bad for the soldiers, how they lost their lives.
Well, it happens in
Could have been
every
prevented.
combat
Could have been
situation.
prevented.
It was bad.
What's the one with the knife?
That is
That's
Saving Private Ryan.
See? See, that's all I have in my head is I know Saving Private Ryan.
Okay. I want to say another one. The start of a saga that still goes on today, and that is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. We have not yet seen the new Fantastic Beasts. I kind of shied away from seeing it because of just, I don't know, just we haven't seen a Harry Potter movie in theater since the last one.
I got a couple more.
Um,
Do you got a couple more?
I have one more, but I think
I have two more.
I have two more.
Okay, tell him. Say 'em.
Pearl Harbor.
I have actually never seen that one.
It's kind of a pass.
That's what
kind
I've
of a
heard.
pass.
I've seen that one and I
I've
like
heard
it.
that it dramatizes.
It
too
is.
much.
Very dramatized.
It's a girly war movie.
Was that Michael Bay?
Yes. Michael Bay, Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett had quite a year. Black Hawk Down and Pearl Harbor.
The year I met you
Wow.
and the year before, like those are
Yeah.
his
Ben
years.
Affleck. Yeah. I think it's fine. The Pearl Harbor-esque part of it is good, but the other drama around it kind of could have been played off a little bit better with Kate Beckinsale and Josh Hartnett. You know, the acting can get a little dry. And I have one more, but I want to see if you have it.
Okay.
All right, I'll do mine.
As long as you don't say the one that I want Brett to say.
I Am Sam.
No.
I don't have any idea what that is.
You haven't seen I Am Sam? Oh, that's the one where he's a mentally challenged person, has a kid with a normal person and has a daughter.
And then she they literally leave the hospital.
Yep.
She gives him the baby, and then all of a sudden he turns around and she's gone.
Yep.
And now he's
Who's in it?
Oh my gosh, Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Okay.
Yes, and Dakota Fanning.
Dakota Fanning. Was that her first
That
movie?
was one of her debuts.
Yeah.
kind of.
She
It was
really
Like a
young.
child, right?
Real
Yeah,
young.
like
Okay.
3 maybe.
Yeah, real young. Does
Yeah.
great job. You can tell it from this movie. Like she's gonna make
You don't
it big.
see her in much anymore.
I've
Yeah,
got one more.
Okay.
A Knight's Tale.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
still have
totally
yet
forgot
to see
about
that
that one.
one.
Wait. What?
I have not seen that one.
I don't know how good it is, but
That's
I
a
really
bunch.
like it.
That's a bunch of BS.
It's kind of like the no.
I
That's
really,
a bunch of
Never seen it.
BS.
Never
I
seen
We're
really
watching
like
it tonight.
No, we're not.
It's like 2.5 hours.
I don't care. That movie is
Heath
like
Ledger.
That movie is what made me go like, oh, Heath Ledger.
Really?
Oh my God,
I
he
think
is
it did
so
to a
hot
lot
in that
of
movie.
Girls that in 2001.
Who's the chick?
She was in that movie with that
40 Days and 40 Nights. I want to say
I
it's
don't remember her
Erica.
name.
I don't know her name.
You know what?
She
I
doesn't
got
have
it.
a lot of acting credits.
I know,
don't think.
but she was in those two movies. Oh my
But,
gosh, I'll look it up.
the Alan Tudyk is the red-haired guy, one of Heath Ledger's friends.
Mm-hmm. Heath Ledger.
Shannon Sossaman.
Oh.
Holy cow! Okay.
Yeah.
She's still doing stuff today. But no, I have not seen A Knight's Tale.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. She's
And again, I don't know how good it is, but I really enjoy it.
No, it's amazing.
you really enjoy it.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, it's so
All right, I'm gonna go now.
You want to do your one?
I got 2.
Okay.
Okay, what's your two?
So I think the one you want me to say is not another teen. Movie.
Yes. Came out in 2001. And I remember hearing so much backlash on this movie. I
Like
remember hearing
negative?
so-
I did not
yes.
see this movie until I met you.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have.
Nope.
Because I wouldn't have watched it. Well, I think I watched it.
I don't remember.
I shouldn't have
seeing
watched
this
it.
For the first
I
time.
shouldn't
I shouldn't have watched it because it wasn't a teen movie.
I'm
Yeah.
sure I didn't even care about this movie until I was older.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris Evans' debut of, not really debut, but lead acting.
I was probably like a junior when I watched it the first time. Yeah.
Probably.
I got 2 more.
Yeah.
American Pie 2, of
That came out
course.
in 2001?
Yeah.
Why was that not on my list?
Wait, which one?
American Pie 2.
What?
Oh, I must have passed through
I
that
must
one.
have passed that one too.
And then Joe Dirt. Which
Yeah, I
know-
didn't put that on my list.
I
I
know
knew
you
you'd
guys
say
don't
it.
like
I
it.
knew that you'd say
Grown.
it.
I love
Tried
Joe Dirt.
watching it.
I tried.
Turned it off 15 minutes in.
Horrible.
It's
So good.
bad. Terrible.
It's great.
David Spade.
By the way, we've got comments saying, watch it. Non Knight's Tale's amazing.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's,
We gotta get out of here.
do we?
Yeah.
We're not done yet, are we?
Yeah, we're done.
We're done.
did
Memorable
everything.
moments of 2001.
Well, I was gonna, obviously 9/11, which I
9/11.
don't know how much we need to say about.
We've already talked about it on our podcast, and I mean, if you just want to go back, we've talked about it. I think it was our first.
We'll talk about it every year, I imagine.
Yeah. Anything you want to say? I mean, I was 13, 14 years old.
I already did
I-
mine at the beginning.
I was getting my license and my first car in 2001.
Yeah, I don't really know if there was anything I really need to say. It was just I was introduced to a new school again, and yeah, I mean, when we go over 2002, there's a little bit more we can talk about, but yeah, I don't know. I think we can kind of just close off the decade of nostalgia topic, unless you have anything else you want to say.
No.
No.
I like the nostalgia.
Yeah,
It's nice.
kind of
'cause
takes you back.
At the end, it's just like, man, it was a very scary but very good
Alex?
year for me. What?
You spilled stuff on his plugs, didn't you?
She
I
got
did.
honey on my plugs. Lick it. Lick it.
Do it.
You want to plug your Twitch, Alex?
Yes. Hey, if you would like to watch me game, it's twitch.tv/Q_Kitty, KUTEKITTI. And that's, I stream on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you would like to watch me stream. Oh my God. Well, I guess that's right.
Yeah.
As well as check out my YouTube. I've got highlight videos from me gaming, just some funny moments, which does sometimes include people that play with me as well as me reading off some of the fun comments that I get while I'm gaming. Right now, my current games are I'm playing a lot of Halo, the Master Chief Collection. I am playing Black Ops 4. That's really all I'm going back to just because.
We did Sea of Thieves.
Oh, we did go back to
But-
Sea of Thieves.
We're waiting for the arena.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a bigger update with Sea of Thieves right now.
Yeah.
But those are really the two games I'm going back and forth from. But it's also been a really hectic last couple weeks with traveling, so those are just my two go-to games anyway. Eventually, I'm going to be throwing in this month is what I'm really hoping to do is do some Super
Tomb
Smash
Raider.
Brothers, some Tomb Raider, as well as some Mario Party.
Yeah.
So throwing some Nintendo in there.
Get a group together.
I'm at 85% in Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I'm not going to catch up anytime soon. I'm at like 23.
Yeah. All right, guys, without further ado, it is time to plug it in. So if you are listening to or watching us, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We are on 15 different audio podcast apps, and our most notable places are Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and Radio Public, to name a few. On those apps, you will find our back catalog of over 150 episodes of PTO Unlimited podcast episodes. Just go over there, check out our back catalog if you're new. If you've been with us since the start, you're awesome. If you're watching us on YouTube and you're still here, thanks for joining us. Thanks for chiming in. We did a couple of shout-outs on you on your comments and stuff. So thanks for sticking with us. You guys rock as well. If you want to catch our show, we are live on YouTube at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. And we want to thank you for everything that you do for us and this podcast, like the listening, watching, sharing, following, everything, subscribing. If you didn't show that you liked us, we wouldn't keep going. So thank you very much for all that you do. If you want to follow us on our social media, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we are on Twitter, which is at PTOUnlimited. You can catch us live on those apps exclusively on our social media every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our pre-show meeting. And in our meeting, you can join us and our fans, give us some topics, and you can see what we already have planned for the show. And we also have a couple other surprises that we do during our precast meetings. So be sure to join us every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to catch me on Twitter, I am at Lemke619.
Brett_Wings.
Cute_kitty.
On a final note
Of 2019.
I think my TV is a time traveler.
Go ahead.
So I have the apps on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to Sling on Sunday, right? And when I load up the Sling, I go to the Red Zone channel to start watching football, and it's showing like that it's off the air because its timestamp shows that it's like sometime on Saturday.
What?
It's like, what is going on here? So, and it's done this a couple times where when you pull up the guide, it won't be on the correct time of day. Like it'll be a couple days prior. What? So you just have to scroll over if you click on the program to watch it. But so usually what I do is I just click on the channel, and then it just shows up whatever's playing, whatever's airing at that time. So I had it on the iPad first, and it was playing correctly. I go on the TV, and it's like, so I click on the Red Zone channel, and it pops up with how it's, off the air, because if it's not Sunday at 1 p.m., it just has a watch the Red Zone here. So I'm like, holy crap, my TV's time traveling because it should be playing what's actually airing, you know?
Yeah.
And so then I scrolled over to the correct time and clicked on that to watch it, and it didn't have the little watch button. So I'm like, oh, great, my TV went back in time.
What in the world?
It was so freaky.
Dude, okay, so this has happened to you before?
It's happened to where it won't line up, like it won't just have the default go to the correct time.
I wish that cop would just go away.
Well, they're keeping the peace. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So I've never had it.
Cable.
I never had it where I go to click on the channel and it shows another timetable, airing. It was really weird.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Freaky time traveling TV.
TV, yep. All right, so thanks for joining us, guys. We will catch you next week for episode 143. We'll be here on YouTube at 7:50, precast show at 7:30. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Have a good start of the year.
Yes,
yeah.
Happy New Year. Let us know what your resolutions are in our comments. You can tweet at us. You can comment on our YouTube channel. Comment anywhere. Just let us know. Maybe we'll go over ours sometime this month. Maybe. Yeah. All right, so thanks for joining us, guys. Catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.